guys, it's Bridget, and it is that time again where I share the things I've been loving from the past month. So my first two favorites are both from The Body Shop, and for Christmas my sister got me one of their body butters, and I hadn't used one in a really long time and I forgot how much I absolutely love their body butter. So I went in a few weeks ago and they had huge bins of stuff that was either seasonal or stuff that they were discontinuing, like scents that they weren't going to make anymore. And I found this lychee blossom, or lychee, I'm not exactly sure how you say it. It's their lychee blossom body butter. And I didn't think I was going to like the smell because I just thought of like the little like lychees at like Yogurt World that you put on your frozen yogurt and stuff. And I think those kind of taste like nail polish sometimes, so I wasn't really sure I would like it, but it smells so good. It's just one of those really light scents that doesn't necessarily like linger on your skin, but it's amazing. And I'm really sad that they're discontinuing it, but because they're discontinuing it, I got it for half price. So Mama's not complaining, but it would be cool if the Body Shop brought this back as like a limited edition thing. But if you're in there and they still have these on sale, the lychee one is amazing. It's really light, floral, kind of fruity, amazing. Oh, the other thing from the Body Shop, I think this is one of their newer fragrances. I'm not completely sure, but I got their Honey Mania Exfoliant Cream. I think that's it. It smells like the most amazing honeysuckle you've ever smelled in your whole life, ever. And it's a cream exfoliant, so it looks like lotion, but it's got tiny little exfoliating beads. And it's amazing for shaving your legs because it gently exfoliates, also hydrates, get rid of them hairs, and you smell like honeysuckle. I don't know what's not to love about that, and I will be repurchasing something of this scent from the Body Shop because it smells so good. My next two favorites are like facial skincare products, and this next one is kind of a shameless plug. Definitely shameless. I don't feel bad about this at all. My dad, if you didn't know, is a plastic and reconstructive surgeon who also does a lot of laser treatments. He does laser resurfacing, he treats acne, he does a lot of skincare things as part of his practice, and he has a skincare line. And when I was home for Christmas, he gave me a bottle of his Salicylic face and body wash. And I'd used this before, like back in high school, but I think my skin has changed a lot since then. And I also live in a very different climate, which has also affected my skin in general. And I love this. Like I've mentioned before, I did Proactive for a while, and their stuff is great. It's just incredibly expensive. And this, I just used the cleanser, and it has made a huge difference in the overall texture of my skin. I used to, if it didn't even look like I had breakouts, I had a lot of bumps under my skin, and just the overall texture just didn't feel nice, and it kind of affects your confidence when you know you don't feel that great or that confident about your skin. And this has really changed the texture of my skin. I still have occasional breakouts. I've got a zit today. That's life, but this has really changed the texture of my skin, and I'm so, so happy with it. It's kind of a gel cleanser consistency. It doesn't really foam up a lot, but what I do is take about 2 pumps with some warm water and really rub it into my skin for at least a minute. Then I let it sit for a good 15 to 20 seconds before I rinse it off with cold water. I use this morning and night, and I can't recommend it highly enough. It is one of my dad's products, so kind of a shameless plug, but I can't recommend it highly enough. And I will leave the number to his office down below. He doesn't have an online store, but if you just call his office, his nurse Corey can hook you up with this stuff if you struggle with your skin. They're also skincare experts, and they can talk to you and get you what you need to feel confident about your skin. So really loving that. The other skincare product is an oil control moisturizer. And honestly, the only 2 products I use in the morning on my skin have been these 2 things. Haven't been using a toner, haven't needed the Proactive treatment, just these 2 things, and I'm feeling great about it. So this is the Cetaphil Oil Control Moisturizer with broad spectrum sunscreen SPF 30, formulated for acne-prone skin. This is what it is. It's just an oil controlling moisturizer with sunscreen. The best thing you can do for your skin is protect it from the sun, especially if you have acne. You don't want that scarring to be worse because you got sunburn. And this does a great job of controlling oil in my skin throughout the day. I still use the oil absorbing sheets, maybe like once a day or something, to just get rid of like any excess. But this really controls the oil much better than the Aveeno one that I was using before. That was great and it didn't mess with my skin at all, but this one does a much better job of controlling the oil throughout the day underneath your makeup. So these 2 things together, I have been loving this month. I only have one makeup favorite. You guys know I'm not the biggest, like, I would not consider my makeup, I would not consider myself a makeup guru. There's like a million other girls on YouTube you can watch if you want makeup tips, but I still put makeup on my face, so I thought I would share what I've been loving this month as far as makeup goes, and that is the Milani Baked Blush in Coralina. Now, I normally grab like pink blushes just because I have fair skin. I feel like that's like a safe thing for my face, but there was just something about this color. It's a really bright coral color that I was just like, yes, I want this on my face. The only thing I'm not like 100% jazzed about is how like glittery it is. You can probably see on my finger. It's like real glittery. But what I've been doing is I will take a big like floofy brush and like rub it on the apples of my cheeks. And then I'll take my Bare Minerals like foundation brush that I use to put my foundation on and just kind of go over it. And it kind of dulls that like glitter thing, but it keeps that like peaches and cream look going on my face. And I really like it. I was scared, but I'm happy I tried it. So that just goes to show you, try new things or something. But anyways, I'd heard a lot about these Milani baked blushes and I get it. I get the hype. Now I have blush all over my hands. Okay, what else? Okay, I have two food favorites. One is a recipe. Last week this week. Today's Friday. Yes. This week, at the beginning of the week, I Instagrammed a picture of this soup that I made, and it was one of those things where I just had a bunch of stuff in my pantry, and I was like, I'm just gonna like cooking show this thing and just make something happen. So I had a bunch of vegetables and some vegetable stock, and I made like a pureed butternut squash carrot soup. It turned out amazing. I topped it with some crispy bacon and Brussels sprouts, and it's amazing. And I'm doing a blog post on this next week on brokewithbougie.com. I hope the measurements are correct because when I first made it, I kind of just like eyeballed everything, but hopefully the measurements are correct. And if you're a vegetarian, just take the bacon out, and it's vegetarian, vegan, so good for you. My husband loves it. You know, it's good. And anyways, it's just really delicious, and I've already made it twice since then, twice in a week, because it's that good. So look for that on brokewithbougie.com next week. And if you don't check brokewithbougie.com daily, like Broke with Bougie on Facebook, and you'll see every post that I put out. Shameless plug again. Okay, the second food thing is these. You guys, these are so good. It's the soft and juicy mandarins, dried fruit from Trader Joe's. My husband has been doing the paleo diet, which I'll like link to an article about that because I don't want to explain it. But anyways, this is the Trader Joe's dried fruit. He can eat that as like a snack. And I thought these would just be kind of like, you know, like dried oranges, like great, whoop-de-doo. They are like candy, but they're fruit, so you don't feel bad about eating them. This is my third bag, but it's fruit, so it's good for you. They're so good. I can't even hashtag so good. I'm not even, okay. Anyways, I've rambled way too long about these dried fruits, but they're so good. If you have a Trader Joe's in your area and you're looking for a guilt-free, delicious snack, that. I have two kind of like entertainment kind of favorites. The first is a book, and it's called Serena, and this is actually being made into a movie with Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence, which, as you know, is like my favorite Hollywood duo at the moment. I just love those two. And if you haven't seen American Sniper 2, it's not really a favorite, but it's a great movie and I really recommend it. Go Bradley Cooper. Anyways, back to the book. It is about a husband and wife couple who are basically building a timber empire in like Tennessee, North Carolina area. And Serena, the woman, is crazy, basically. And it's just sort of about them building this timber empire and just getting rid of whoever gets in the way kind of thing. But it's really fascinating. It takes place in the early 1930s, which is just a really cool time period in general. And it's a great book. It's definitely has some adult themes, I guess I would say. So I think if you're under 15, probably stay away from this. But If you're older than that, I think it's a great, interesting read that's pretty easy to read, but also kind of thought-provoking in many ways. So definitely recommend this book to you if you're looking for a good read. The other kind of entertainment favorite has been a new podcast. It's just new, period, but also new to me. And it's called Invisibilia, and it's by two women who have either like been on or worked with This American Life, which is another podcast that I really love. And the idea behind this podcast is it explores things that you can't see, Invisibilia. So like they talk about feelings or things that aren't physical things in the world. It's just ideas and thoughts and things about psychology, and it's just really, really fascinating. Every episode has been so different. It goes by so fast. Like I'll be listening to it, I'm like, it's over already? I thought it was so good. And anyways, I'll link to it down below. If you're looking for a good podcast, I really enjoy listening to them on the commute to work or while I'm taking a bath or cleaning. I think they're just really, really great way to learn new things and have things to talk about at parties. So I'll link to that down below as well. Okay, my last thing, this isn't really a favorite, but I thought it would be cool in the vibe of like, it's a new year, resolutions, new me kind of thing. I thought it would be cool to share a lesson that I personally learned each month. So something that either I read or something that's just stuck with me that I want to remember in my daily life, if that makes sense. So it's just sort of like a lesson learned from the past month. Let me know if you think this is stupid. It's okay, you won't hurt my feelings. Kind of, you will. But I think it would be cool. So the lesson that I learned this month is that there are no overnight successes. And I mean that in like 100 different ways, but it's so easy to compare your middle or your beginning to someone else's end, to their like biggest life achievement. It's so easy to compare your beginnings to that. Like when you're starting something, it's easy to get discouraged when you see someone who's a million times more successful than you or prettier than you or smarter than you or whatever it is. It's so easy to compare yourself to their success if you're not there yet. And don't do that. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's end. There are no overnight successes. If they have worked for their success, then they deserve it. And the people that are successful for no reason, they won't last very long. So there's no use in stressing about that or thinking you're never gonna be successful, because it's just not true. God has a plan for you and it's gonna be awesome. So that's what I learned this month. There are no overnight successes, to not get discouraged and to keep pushing. I guess that's it. So those are my favorites and lessons learned for the month of January. I hope you all had an amazing January. I know we're in the long, slog of winter, but it's okay. We're gonna get through it together. Thank you again for watching. If you don't know, I also have a blog, brokebubbougie.com. I will link to that below so you can check out my blog. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm there and I would love to talk to you. I think that's everything. I will see you guys next week. I hope you're doing well. Stay bougie, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.